Hello, this is the man from Modesto, and this is dream lesson number 4 for non-Christians, or even Christians for that matter. And today I'm going to be discussing you and your influence on dreams. And I'm just going to give you a couple of examples for things, and then this, I hope, will open up your mind to the fact that we and the whole construct of all of our schema, how we interpret the world, that's going to have an effect on how we interpret a dream. And any habits we have, those are going to manifest into dreams. And any biases we have will also bias the information as we receive it, meaning that the information will be delivered in one form, and our bias will alter that information so that we receive it in a different form. And as you wake up, your waking mind is going to be doing that transformation according to any biases, and then that's what you're going to remember. That's what you're going to tell yourself. As just a quick segue, the further away you are from the time when you actually woke up, the greater that transformation will be. So it's important to capture your notes as soon as you can after you wake up. A little small digital voice recorder is excellent. Pen and paper is also very good. Okay, let's say that you see an enemy or a favorite person in a dream. Okay, now if the dream is a precognitive dream, it's something about the future as opposed to something symbolic trying to convey information in that way. The future dream, you might see somebody that you've never met today. So let's say that this person is a dream of your future husband, your future spouse. And at the time you believe that you really want to marry someone who's tall. So whether the real person is tall or not, you might perceive that the person is tall simply because that's your expectation. So you really need to be aware of your expectations. Okay. Now this could manifest in many, many different ways. I read an article once about Jewish dream interpretation, and they always wanted to know what someone's bias was. And there was an example of a dream which had been interpreted, and this particular person really hated the Moabites, and he had a dream that the Moabites were going to come and attack, but the Jews had no intelligence that the Moabites were planning an attack, but they did have intelligence that the Philistines were planning to attack. So they understood that because this guy hated the Moabites, he misinterpreted it as the Moabites when actually in fact it was the Philistines, and later they were able to repel an attack by the Philistines because they were prepared, right, to defend against an advance by the Philistines, not the Moabites. So you really have to watch your Moabites, and be really critical of yourself. Be fair about yourself. Look and say, do I have a bias against anybody based on their philosophical beliefs, their height, their color, their creed, whatever, all the stuff that the Equal Opportunity Act doesn't allow you to do. Like, look at yourself and say, hey, do I have a bias about this kind of stuff? Okay. The next thing is blocking. There are a lot of things that our flesh, our ego, doesn't want to accept, especially things negative about our own character. So we'll block that information as it tries to come through in a dream. People wake up in the middle of the night. No! They don't want to receive that. So they don't. They successfully, in psychology they call it suppression, they just push that back, they push it down, they don't want to receive it. But be willing to accept these things, because this is the kind of dream which is going to actually make your life better. Listen, between all two states of organization, there's a state of chaos. Don't be afraid of a little chaos as your mind has to restructure around the new information and come to a new relationship with yourself. Okay, so don't block information. Accept things as you're able. Okay, the next thing is a habit. If someone is always touching their eye in a dream, you're going to do that in your dream. If you use a lot of profanity, guess what? You're going to do that in your dream. So in order to get a clear dream, you might want to try and break some habits, but you can also create habits to aid yourself in other ways. For example, let's say something I've taught myself to do is that I want to know where I am in a dream, so I've taught myself to always look at a flag or to look at a newspaper headline when I'm there. Or I'll tell myself today is this and this date, and things like this. So, and I've gotten to dreams where I hear myself say, this is the date. And so I know when it is. I know where I am in that time. So you can even make habits to help yourself. So you really need to not just understand your own self, but learn to control your own self to help yourself gain prophetic information to help yourself gain precognitive information. The next thing is to learn to watch passively. Sometimes you can be watching a dream that really is a precognitive or prophetic dream, and because you want to participate mentally, oh, I want that person to be saved, oh, you can start altering what's happening. You'll become involved in the scene rather than gathering all the information. Or else sometimes you'll segue into something else. Watch out for lust. If you watch a dream, there's an attractive woman, you might come into a false dream that's just about your own desires. So you need to learn to watch passively, and I've conditioned myself to do that by watching TV. When I find myself getting excited, wanting the hero to win, you know, on the edge of my seat, I tell you, okay, just sit back and look at what is happening. And I found that I'm able to more passively and therefore more accurately see what is happening in a dream and to get better detailed information. So there are a lot of things about yourself, and it goes way beyond the 4 points I just covered. This is the man from Modesto. I hope that you guys will enjoy this series. Don't believe all the hype that they're teaching at the university. Don't believe a dream dictionary. And let me tell you one important thing. Pray or be defeated. God bless you guys.